I am sharing my journey as I embark on an Endo Anti-Inflammatory Reset, and I figured I should probably go into my why. Why am I resetting? The short of it, I don't want to go back on medication. To anyone who's new here, I'm Lena, I have endometriosis, and I created the Endostasis Project in a bid to educate and empower women and to help them feel less isolated with managing the condition. I was diagnosed with endometriosis 10 years ago in January 2016. And as of 6 years ago, I started to wean myself off of medication. First, I quit popping pain pills, and then I stopped hormone suppression. I'd been on various forms of birth control over an 8-year period. They'd work for 3 months or 6 months or 12 months, and then all hell would break loose. And all the while I'm on the pill, my endo was progressing. I got an endometrioma while I was on the pill. That's how I was actually diagnosed. Then my bowel symptoms started to worsen. Then I started to get upper abdominal symptoms, which I only found out last year was actually diaphragmatic endometriosis this whole time. And on top of that, I suffered an array of pill-related symptoms: severe anxiety, depression, low libido, hot flashes, hair loss, weight gain, you name it. So how did I come to quit medication? How have I been managing my endometriosis all of this time drug-free? I got schooled. It all started about 8 years ago when I came across Dian Shepperson Mills's book. She is the OG endonutritionist. This book was a game changer. She is how I got off pain pills. The dietary changes I made and then the subsequent anti-inflammatory protocols that I adopted are what has allowed me to get off birth control as well and manage my endometriosis holistically, predominantly symptom-free. And I haven't looked back since. And then I got an endometrioma. My upper abdominal symptoms persisted, and then I started to experience shoulder tip pain. That's when I knew it was time for surgery. I had my first ever excision surgery in March last year. It was major, it was traumatic, and it left me in an anxious mess. But after the initial healing period, as my organs were settling and my insides were recovering, and there was a bit of relentless fatigue, which also then shifted, I started to feel great again. I finally know what it feels like to have a normal period. I'm able to embrace menstruation, and I love it. So if things are so great, why am I doing a reset? Because I had an MRI 8 months post-op, and it's revealed that my endo is back, mainly in the form of tiny ovarian endometriomas. I also have scar tissue, but unless it's biopsied, I won't know if it's endometriosis adhesions or post-operative scar tissue. Now, I want to take this moment to emphasize the importance of monitoring endo. In the endo community, we are heavily symptom focused, and rightly so. Symptoms can be debilitating, they can affect fertility, and they crap on your quality of life. But we forget 2 things. There's such a thing as silent endo. These women may be in the minority, but yes, there are women with endometriosis who are asymptomatic. And symptoms, as we know, don't correlate to disease status. So you can have stage 1 or 2 minimal endo and be experiencing horrific pain. Or you can have stage 3 or stage 4 deep infiltrating endo and be mildly symptomatic. Because this disease is incurable, all we know of is symptom management. And if you can manage your symptoms, let me tell you, it's beautiful. It's huge. But what I'm trying to say here is absence of symptoms does not equal absence of disease. So one might look at me and think, oh, look, she's doing great, but I'm sitting here with stage 3, stage 4 endometriosis, which is more dangerous than someone with stage 1 or stage 2, regardless of symptoms. And this is exactly where my dilemma is at. I don't enjoy being on medication. I don't like the thought of it. And hormones don't usually sit right with me. They may mask my symptoms temporarily. And yes, they were horrific symptoms, but they were replaced with mental health symptoms. Now that I'm off meds, I'm managing great. I don't have any symptoms worth mentioning, but my endo is back in the form of endometriomas, ovarian cysts, stage 3, stage 4 endo. The truth is, I've been doing many things, the things that I share on my page to manage my endo, and it's been, but I haven't been doing everything that I've read about. I became complacent because I was feeling so good. I bought into that school of thought of, if you're feeling good, then you must be good, because it's all about the symptoms. Your endometriosis must be non-existent. Now that I have this new diagnosis, I can either go on medication which I know is what my consultant will advise. It's what I was advised at the time of my surgery. Or I can go all out on the anti-inflammatory protocols that I have been reading and studying about in a bid to keep my endo at bay. And that's what I've decided to do. I'm going to commit myself over the next 6 months to my endo reset plan, trying anything and everything in sight, all the protocols, some of which are science-backed, others are more called experimental. And I'm going to share everything I'm doing, and I will follow up with testing and imaging to actually find out if my protocols have made a difference to endo progression. If I don't manage to achieve my goal, yes, medication is back on the cards, but that's a conversation for 6 months' time. So join me, learn with me, try with me, share with me anything that's helped you keep your endometriosis at bay. Let's do this together.